Okay, I'm talking about simplified shadow masks. So I'm going to start with the dark back section of him. Try to connect as many darks as I possibly can, and I'm going to work with my black first. I'm going to get it really turpentine-y and fluid so I can make some quick marks. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself simple proportions. Here's the back of his head, the middle of his body, which is going to be the exact same all the way down. Here's the back of his head, which connects to the back of his shoulder. The back of the thigh here. In fact, I'm going to connect this to front of his shin. And this being the back of his shoulder, I'm connecting that shadow to the chest shadow and where the hands start to connect as well. So here's the chest. You can come in and get a little bit more definition. I'm squinting this entire time. So instead of drawing my light or my the shadow mask on the other side, I'm going to go and paint the background so that so the shadow mask or the highlight becomes essentially the white of the canvas. So let's see if this is fun. So I'm painting the background of him. Is that visible? Does that need to be lighter, or can y'all see it?
Let's see it.
Okay. So this also helps me kind of fix my edges a little bit. So we've got the back highlight of the foot there. Worry about detail too much here. So I'll get back to his hand in a second, but this is hard to do. I'm gonna go in with my white a little bit. Black is really thin, but I'm starting to see how I can refine my edge a little bit more, get more accurate with my edges. My angles are pretty close to accurate. If I go in that white value instead of just using the white of the canvas, I'm going to see what happens if I get a little bit of more information on here. And so the hands sort of get lost in the mix because they're interwoven and there's not a lot of room for detail with a big brush, but I'd rather you work on simplifying areas and shapes than try to draw a hand or spend a ton of time drawing a hand. As long as your proportions are good and you feel confident with that, you can sort of go from there. So that's essentially what I'm after, but moving forward, I would want some of my shadow masks, especially with the darks, to be a little stronger, a little more opaque. Just that they're incredibly separate from my lights. Because it matters less that they're... See, I connected those together. I mean, I did not really include that knee popping through at all. If you want to drop shadow, you totally can have a cast shadow under there. Alright. That's basically what I want y'all to practice. You can do planes of the face if you want. But I'd prefer it just to be a blurry image of a person rather than anything else. Get close for her.